Rent, own, grow. Today we're talking about credit. All right. I put this in the grow category because you really can't do anything in life without credit. So, credit, as we all know, there's credit scores. There's three bureaus, right? You have Experian, you have TransUnion, and you have Equifax, right? So, those are the three main bureaus. So, what goes into your credit score? Credit scores run from, I think, 400 to like 850. Okay. And there's some crucial things you got to understand. It's a measure of the propensity you'll have to pay back a bill. Basically what it is, right? It's just an algorithm that decides how big of a risk you are. And it can be tuned for auto, it can be tuned for cars, it can be tuned for more credit cards, whatever it is. But what's in there is your on-time payment history, or if you've been late, the type of account you have, revolving debt, how much extra available credit you have, right? Length of credit history, all these things kind of go into your score. And what's crazy is if you have a bunch of loans and credit cards and you pay them all off, your score actually goes down. It's nuts how it works. It's counterintuitive. But if you understand how it works, you can manipulate it, and it's easy to manipulate, and you can get your score up. All right. So that's kind of what goes into it. So how do you know what's on your credit report? Well, you got to check your credit report, right? It's free. Years ago, a law was passed. I think it's annualcreditreport.gov. You're entitled to one copy of each of your three reports for free per year. A lot of people also use Credit Karma. A lot of banks will give you credit monitoring. If you're one of our tenants, we have identity theft protection. So there's a lot of resources out there. Your insurance company may even give you some kind of credit monitoring. Very easy to get. They want you to log in and use it. They want your data. Take advantage of it. It's free. Look at what's on there, and then we can make some informed decisions and come up with a strategy. All right. Another thing you got to be concerned with to maximize your credit and transform it, because the goal is the higher the credit, the more options you have and opportunities you have in life. Okay. Whether it's right or wrong, it is what it is. That's the system. But they put the rules out there and it's easy to manipulate. Trust me. Okay. So credit card balances, right? If your available credit on your credit card is $1,500 and you're maxed out at $1,500, you're going to get dinged. But if you keep that available credit at $1,500 and you only have a $500 balance, the credit company is going to view you in a much better light, right? And you have to make your payments on time, which brings me to my next. So credit utilization, that's important, okay? So it's about knowing those credit balances and knowing where you need to be. Now, sometimes you can call them and they'll increase the balance as well. But the next one, automating payments, okay? The worst thing you can do for your credit is miss a payment. As soon as you miss a payment or you're 30 days late or 60 days late, your score goes in the dumpster fire score. It's so easy now to put things on auto pay. Just put your stuff on auto pay and keep paying, all right? And the last thing is don't go around having a million people pull your credit for random stuff. Okay. Like it actually, it impacts it. Okay. But there is timelines. So like they understand if you're going for a mortgage, there's a timeline that you can pull your credit with a few different banks and it just counts as one hit. You're shopping for a car. There's a timeline there that the algorithm will account for, and you can shop around with different banks and it'll just count as one hit. So just be careful with that. And then every time your credit gets pulled, it stays on your report, I think, for 2 years. And this is sometimes how we catch people too. Like when they're trying to rent an apartment from us and we know that they're probably not a good fit. And there's a million inquiries recently from other property management companies. You can see it on there. But anyways, all right. So that's a step-by-step guide to transforming your credit score. Rent, own, grow. This is definitely grow. You can't do anything in life without good credit. The rules are out there. It's easy to manipulate. If you have any questions, fill out the form. Comment below. Let's connect, and I'll show you how to manipulate it and get your score up. All right. Thanks, guys.